Alright, you guys, welcome to the video. This past Sunday, my buddy Brian, the Michigan fisherman, and myself took to the ice of Lake St. Clair out at Metro Park, and we had an awesome morning. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about throughout the video. Throughout the video, I'm going to mix in with the fish catches, some of the setups you guys need to have when you're out there going to target perch and walleye, some of the things you don't need to mess with at all, and we'll talk about this empty bottle of vodka I got sitting next to me. Throughout the video, I'm also going to bring up some of the stuff about my e-bike, so if you guys are interested in learning about all that information, be sure to stick around, enjoy the video. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I truly appreciate it. 100% free, it costs you nothing. It just shows your support to my channel and that you like my videos, so I appreciate it, guys. But let's dive into some of the fish catches.
I didn't put my dead stick down.
There we go. Soft bite. Jumbo perch. Not a jumbo, but good eater. What the heck?
What the heck? Why am I not catching any fish? What kind of... Oh, you got a real big fucking slagger. I mean, mine's not small by any means. It's not that big either, though. Oh, your one fish is almost on the heater there, guy.
We're gonna eat him.
He's looking at my rattle spoon.
He's on. Jumbo perch.
Jumbo perch. Let's go.
Good job, bud. Look at that. Brian just threw on a rattle spoon, literally.
Just set it down there.
Set it down and caught a nice perch. That's about a 10-inch, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You create your own pile.
All right.
Nice. Very nice.
He hit pretty lightly, though.
Yeah, I seen that because it just.
I didn't feel him. I honestly didn't feel him. I just lifted up to start jigging, and I felt some weight on him.
Yeah, and I could see that on the screen. Like as you move your rod, the fish came with it. I'm like, well, he's hooked up.
Yeah.
The number one setup you guys have to have. Number one, Lake St. Clair, perch. This is a must-have. Now they come in various sizes, shapes, colors, all that. But it's gonna be the slab grabber. Again, this is just one of them things where, you know, different sizes may make the difference of the bite that day. A different color bead may make the difference of the bite that day. Some people actually like to bust the hard plastic bead off there and put a soft bead on so they can change the colors. There's something about beads in Lake St. Clair when it comes to perch and walleye both. There's just it's almost like a Lake Simcoe thing, and I don't know what it is. I'm not a fish biologist, nothing like that, but I can tell you an unbaited hook, specifically a spoon like this, unbaited with a bead, hands down will produce more fish for you through the ice, specifically perch. I did catch both of my walleye on this one. Now this is the Simcoe Slayer slab grabber. Okay, this is probably, from what I know, the biggest slab grabber they make. Both of the walleye I caught completely inhaled this slab grabber, so keep that in mind. A lot of guys go small. If you're looking for the big fish, you got to understand. Okay, so we'll talk about this quick. My buddy Scott Hill posted a video the other day. One of the perch he caught actually puked up a goby that was relatively the same size as this slab grabber as far as length. So one of these perch, look at that, just spit that up. So yeah, those things are mounted on these gobies. I believe that's what that is anyhow. Too big, I mean, I guess I don't consider something too big, right? Because if they want to eat it, they're going to eat it. And what you're imitating is a wounded bait fish. You know, you kind of fluff this on the bottom, stir up a little dust, and just kind of twitch it, right? It does have a phenomenal flutter for the longer rips and falls, but the fish just go crazy over this. And you don't need to bait this. Don't put a minnow head on it. Don't do anything like that. Drop it down there and just start chugging it. and wait to feel that thump, because the perch will destroy this. Now, I don't use the smaller ones. I only go with the Simcoe Slayer, and the reason I like this is because it just catches fish. To me, it doesn't seem like it's too big. It honestly seems like the perfect size if you're going to imitate a shiner minnow or a goby, you know, rustling around in the sand down there. But also, guys, what I like about it is when you catch a fish, like you've seen in the one video clip, you can grab the spoon, whip the fish off it, get it back down there. Because if you're familiar with perch fishing, the thing is, man, when the schools come in, you have to get back down there as fast as you can before they move out to try to catch a couple more. I mean, that's why you're there, right? You're trying to catch fish. So consider that. If you don't have these, I know they make different brands, this, that, but the Simcoe Slayer McGathey's Slab Grabber is where it's at. That's my number one.
Fish too. Those are big perch, man.
Oh, he wants yours. Oh, that's a big one, dude. Yeah, good work, Brian. You got one coming up with it. Might be your other jig. Oh my God. Dude, bring that in. Dude, that is a giant.
Giant.
That is a Darva Conger Slaunch.
I got my other line with it.
That looks
too.
like a bass, dude.
I got my other line with it too. That's
On the buckshot? Dude, I might have to throw a buckshot on it.
Holy cow, that's like a 13.
Dude, that is huge. That is a straight Darva Conger.
Oh, he smoked it. And I got my other line with it. That's what you're seeing.
God.
That's what you're seeing with it. So I might get a little tangled.
Yeah, lift that like a bass. We got to get a live action shot of this.
Oh, let me,
Don't drop it.
I'm not gonna drop them down the hole. Alright. Look at that.
Turn them a little bit.
That way?
There you go, yeah.
Look at that.
Nice fish, dude. Woo. Nice work.
I got a little shot of that. My buddy and I have a lousy day the other day. I come out here and slay a giant.
Now a number 2 bait. I like using this to jig. This is mainly a walleye jig. You guys got to remember, I grew up on the Saginaw Bay, so I'm familiar with spoons, jigging spoons, that type of thing. This is the this is the dinner bell by Fish Frostbite. Now this also comes in various sizes. This is like the medium. I do have some micro dinner bells that I like for actually physically jigging for perch. But what we found out on this trip, and it's not just this trip, I've noticed it before, but Brian actually was dead sticking a buckshot spoon with a minnow head on there. Just a minnow head and hanging, right? Because what you got to think about is there's current down there. So that thing's spinning, doing its thing like that down there, and it's got that minnow head. So it's like an attractant, right? It's not spinning that hard, but it's down there spinning. It's making movement. So it's a good method rather than just dead sticking a straight minnow. It adds a little flash to your setup. And sometimes that's what they want. They just want it sitting there with a little flash, and they'll go ahead and grab it. But that setup, although Brian was using a buckshot, produced a couple fish for us on this trip as well.
Did you ever open the bike up at all, or no?
Not pulling the sled. I did around my neighborhood yesterday. I noticed a little bit of snow helps, you know, because you get a little bit more traction.
How fast will that bike go?
20.
I didn't see. Does it have pedals? Is that like
Yeah.
assisted? Yeah.
But you don't have to pedal, but when you do pedal, it automatically kicks the motor on.
Were you pedaling?
No.
Oh.
No, I just used it as foot peg and rolled with it. Dude, where's the fish? Like, they're not even nothing swimming through. Oh, off to your left. One moving in.
Think so?
It looks like something crawling on the bottom. Yeah, it's moving closer.
Oh, yeah, shit, no. It's charging now. It's coming up for this.
Yep.
Oh, he hit it hard, too. Come on, come back, dude. He hit it so hard, dude.
There you go.
He's coming for you.
Got him.
Got him.
Oh, he's off.
What do you think he was?
I don't know.
He's big, whatever he was.
Off. Damn it.
He hit this thing hard, man.
Another setup you guys want to consider, if you're using live bait, is just a straight hook or a teardrop or a jig head and a minnow. Okay, that's what we got here. Just a jig head and a minnow. You can dead stick it. You can set it on the bottom. You can keep it suspended. Whatever you want to do with it. You know, I'll hook them 9 times out of 10 either in the head or the tail. If you want to keep it lively and keep it swimming around, hook it in the tail. If you hook them in the head, depending on how you rig your jig head, you know, you might be able to get a horizontal rest with the minnow. You know, it may just kind of hang out there horizontally. Other than that, a lot of times they hang up and down vertically. So if you're into live bait, you know, consider just a jig and a minnow and letting it sit down there. But when you're jigging one rod, guys, you want to have a dead stick down there as a backup, because sometimes when you pull one, that dead stick, you'll get another. And again, that's why I like the slab grabber, because I can chuck the fish off the hook quick, get it back down there, get back to fishing, because as fast as these schools move in, they're going to move out on you as well.
Oh, there's big perch, big perch. A bunch of perch coming in now, guy. Be ready.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking at your stuff. He's looking at you. See it? Got him.
That's a big one.
That's a nice one, dude. Get back down there with that other thing. See? I think this thing drew him in, man. I'm telling you. It's loud, dude. You know what I mean? They don't like it. They don't seem to hit it that much, but they like the noise of it.
So we'll talk about the empty bottle of vodka here. Now, this is Tito's. This is not what you're going to want to buy. But when it comes to perch and walleye, guys, a live minnow is not a necessity. Minnows have become super expensive. I'm sure any of you watching this right now have stepped foot in a bait shop and have bought minnows recently. And I'm not saying don't buy them, but if you don't necessarily need them, like the minnow head is where it's at 9 times out of 10. A whole minnow is okay. It has its uses, but really the minnow head is what you want. So what I would suggest is making yourself some drunken minnows. Okay, you can buy minnows at any time during the year and buy a couple dozen. What you want to do is you want to dump them out on some, you could dump them in a strainer with some paper towel on the bottom. Let them flop a little bit, get a lot of that moisture off their body. But then you want to fill up a bag, like maybe a gallon baggie, maybe not even that big, and dump 2 to 3 dozen minnows max in there and fill that thing with vodka, and those fish will absorb it and they won't freeze, and they actually maintain their color, they maintain their texture. And honestly, guys, this fall out on St. Clair, I'll share a couple clips with you right now, but this fall when we were jigging for perch, drunken minnows at times outfished just regular live minnows, because I always like to have a bag of them drunken minnows with me, whether it's ice fishing or open water fishing. The drunken minnows sometimes are just the ticket. So again, get the cheapest vodka you can get. Like my buddy Rich said, the alcohol content's the same. So go ahead and just get a $10 bottle, whatever it is, and experiment with that. And that way, because a lot of these bait shops don't open as early as some of us like to get to the ice. So rather than having to go buy bait at night, keep it alive all night for the morning, you can go buy them whenever, make you a batch of drunken minnows, and you always got minnows. If you want to hang a full minnow, or if you're just using the minnow heads, that's all you need right there. So maybe save you guys a lot of time messing around and money. Again, I'm not trying to take from the bait shops, but at the same time, a whole live minnow is not a necessity this time of year for perch and walleye. So as far as the footage goes, honestly, I really didn't plan to record this trip. It was just nice to get out on the ice with a buddy of mine, and I've been beat down and sick most of the winter, on and off, so much so that it's actually kept me out of work not only off the ice, but it's kept me out of work a few times. So which never happens for me. Usually I go into work one way or the other, no matter how I'm feeling. But it's kept me home a couple times. So I'm starting to recover. I'm really starting to feel a lot better. And I'm looking forward to getting back out on the ice more frequently. So if you guys are interested in my e-bike setup, I am going to do a full-blown video on the setup here in the future. Hopefully sooner rather than later, now that I'm feeling better. I meant to do this early in the winter, but I haven't. I just haven't felt up to it. But number one, if you're going to consider this, you need a fat tire e-bike, and you need to get the studded straps. I got mine from Amazon. It's a company that actually also sells them on their website. They sell on Amazon. I will leave the link either in the comments or in the description of this video where you can purchase those studded straps. They're like $80 for, I think you get 18 or 20 of them. Again, guys, you know, use these things at your own risk. Like an electric bike, if you're going to go out on the ice, you know, you got to understand the risk you're taking. Make sure you wear a helmet. Make sure you have a float suit. All the ice safety rules we should live by. You have to really live by them, especially if you're going to incorporate a bike out on the ice. But man, is it a phenomenal method. And for a guy like me, the reason why I use it is because I have lack of storage. Where I moved from years ago to where I live now, you know, I used to have storage outside, storage shed, this, that. I could really store a lot of toys. Where I'm at now, I don't have that option like I did before. So I got to really minimalize my tools I have for the outdoors, but make them as useful as possible. And I'm going to tell you that e-bike is a complete game changer on the ice. Okay, so we're in the judgment-free zone because I have all my gear kind of drying out still and all that type of stuff. But number one, the most important piece of the puzzle to this e-bike is the fact that I built a Smitty sled to drag my gear out, okay? And here's a little closer look at the studs themselves, and they just kind of strap, you know, in between the spokes. And I'm going to tell you, man, they're really nice. They're really nice. The bike doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about the bike itself, but I did throw some on the front because it was glare ice that morning. I think if we had some snow cover, I would probably just move them all to the rear for better traction. But the way I have that set up worked out really nice. And I'm going to do some more modifications to the bike itself. But that's just a quick look at it. And again, I'll leave the link for these straps in the comments, in the description, all that type of stuff. But yes, the Smitty sled to haul my tote full of gear out was pretty much key. Okay, so consider that. If you guys aren't dragging your gear in a Smitty sled, you're going to want to do that, because even just dragging it by yourself makes life a lot easier. But if you guys already have a bike, I will leave the link for the straps in the comments, in the description. And again, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I will receive a very small portion of your purchase, but it's pennies on the dollars, guys. So you're not filling my pocket, but I do appreciate the support. If you guys use my link to do some shopping on Amazon, I do appreciate it. So just wanted to clarify that. But thank you guys again for watching. I'm going to be getting back out on the ice again this week. We're going to be doing maybe a little pike spearing. I'm going to be back out on St. Clair. I'm considering the Walled Lake Fishing Derby, which is this Saturday. I haven't bought into it yet. I'm really considering it. It's a great day just to waste the whole day Saturday. So if you guys have never done it, you get the opportunity at catching a $10,000 pike. A lot of sweet prizes, door prizes, entry prizes, you know, big fish prizes, all that. They give away thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fishing gear. So consider that if you guys are looking for something to do this Saturday. It's the Walled Lake Ice Fishing Derby. Search that on Facebook. You'll find it. Get signed up. And yeah, so thank you guys again for watching. Again, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you on the next one.